Assalamu alaikum aspirants. Today I have choose some important questions of average for you. So before going to the next slides, I will request you to please like this video and subscribe this channel and share this video. Now coming towards the first slide, question number one. Ali has a certain average in 9 innings. Ali is playing cricket and he has a certain average in 9 innings. In the 10th inning, he scores 100 runs, thereby increases his average by 8 runs. His average increased in 10th inning by 8 runs as he scored 100 runs. So, what is the new average after the 10th inning? We need to find the new average of Ali. Let Ali average be X for 9 innings. He has the average of X for 9 innings. As we know, the average is equal to score over inning. Total score scored by the Ali and the number of innings. To find the scores in 9 innings, we will just multiply the X, which is the average of Ali in 9th innings, and the number of innings. So total score in 9 innings will be 9x. 9 is the number of innings and x is the average. According to the average formula, we got this 9x, the total score in 9th innings. So in the 10th inning he scored 100. So total score of 10 innings should be score of 9th inning and score of 9 innings and score of 10th inning. Score of 9 innings plus the score of 10th inning. So 9x plus 100 is the score of 10 innings. Ali's average in 10th inning, as we have read, should be x plus 8. X is the average of 9 innings. We have let this, and 8 is increased average in 10th inning. So total average in 10th innings is x plus 8. So total score in 10 innings, we know the formula: average multiplied by inning. Average in 10th inning is x plus 8 and number of inning is 10th. So we have two equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2. Both are total score in 10 innings. So we can equate these two equations to get the value of x. 9x plus 100 is equal to x plus 8 multiplied by 10. 10 is multiplied with each number according to the distributive law of math. 10 is multiplied with x, 10 is multiplied with 8. And after rearranging, we get x is equal to 20. X is the average in 9th innings. We need to find the average after the 10th inning, which is x plus 8, because his average increased by 8 runs after 10th inning. So average in 10th innings is 28. So 28 runs per inning. He scored 28 runs per inning. So 28 is the answer. So I hope you understand this. Now going towards the next slide, question number 2. Average temperature for Wednesday, Thursday and Friday was 40 centigrade. The average for Thursday, Friday and Saturday was 41 centigrade. If the temperature on Saturday was 42 centigrade, what was the temperature on Wednesday? Average temperature is 40 centigrade from Wednesday to Friday, 3 days. So average, according to the formula of average is basically the number of days divided by the average is basically the total temperature in the total sum of the temperature in 3 days divided by the number of days. So total sum of the temperature could be found by multiplying the average temperature with the number of days. Number of days are 3 and average temperature is 40. So total temperature in these 3 days, total sum of the temperature in these 3 days is 120 centigrade. Similarly, in next 3 days, as Thursday to Saturday, average temperature is 41 and number of days are same 3. So 123 centigrade is the total sum of the temperature in the next 3 days. If temperature on Saturday is 42 centigrade, we will just minus the days Thursday to Saturday total temperature and Wednesday to Friday total temperature, which will be 123 minus 3, which will be the 3. So 3 centigrade is equal to Saturday minus Wednesday. We know the temperature on Saturday, which is 42 centigrade. So 42 minus 3 is equal to 39 centigrade. So temperature on Wednesday should be 39 centigrade. I hope you understand this question. So going towards the next slide, next question. Question number 3. The average age of 3 boys is 15 years. If their ages are in the ratio 3, ratio 6, ratio 7, the age of the youngest boy. So solution, sum of ages of the 3 boys should be average age multiplied by 3, as average formula is sum of the ages of 3 boys divided by the number of boys. So we can found sum of the ages of 3 boys, which comes out to be 45, as average age is 15 and total number of boys is 3, so 45 is the sum of ages of the 3 boys. Ratios between the 3 boys are given: age of first boy, ratio age of second boy, ratio age of third boy, which is 3, ratio 6, ratio 7. To get this ratio, we have already divided this with the common multiple. So let x be the common multiple of the ratios. We multiplied these ratios with that x and added to get the total number of age, total sum of the ages, which is 45. So which is 45, we equated it with the 45. After solving, we get the x is equal to 3, which is the common multiple basically, with which the ratio is divided. So now we can multiply this common multiple with the smallest number 3, which should be the age of the youngest boy. So 3 multiplied by 3 equals to 9. So 9 is the age of youngest boy. Now I hope you understand this question. Now coming towards the next slide, question number 4. Average of 25 results is 18, average of first 12 of those is 14 and average of last 12 is 17. So according to the formula, what we need to find is what is the result of 13th boy. So average is total sum of the marks divided by the total students. Total sum of the marks divided by total students. As 18 is the average and total sum of the marks can be found if we know the total number of students, which is 25. So total marks of 25 students, total sum of the marks of 25 students is 450. Using another approach, average of first 12 students is given, which is 14. So we can also find the total sum of the marks for the 12 students. We know the number of students, so we just multiplied the number of students with the average and got the sum of the marks of first 12 students. Similarly, we found the sum of the marks of next 12 students, which comes out to be 204. Sum of the marks of first 12 students is 168 and sum of the marks of last 12 students is 204. So total marks of the students should be sum of the marks of first 12 students, sum of the marks of 13 student, sum of the marks of last 12 student and the marks of 13 student. So marks of the 13th student could be found by just adding and subtracting this number from 450. So 450 minus 3 uh, minus 372 comes out to be 78, which should be the marks of 13th student. I hope you understand this question. Now coming towards the next slide, question number 5. The average of group of ages increased by 5 years if we just replaced a boy of 18th year with the boy of 38th year age. So how many men are there in the group? So we need to find the number of men in that group. Let n be the average age of a man. So average could be found by total sum of the ages and the number of men. So total sum of ages could be found by multiplying the average n with the number of men. We know that the average increased by 5 n plus 5 by just replacing a man of 18th year age with a man of 38 year age. So subtracting 38 with 18 we get 20. So increase in the total sum of ages is 20 basically by replacing a man of 18th year with a man of 38th year. So total sum of the ages increased by 20 and average increased by 5. In this equation we can also find the term total sum of ages by just multiplying the n plus 5 with the denominator of the right hand side number of men's and subtracting the term 20 from and moving it from the right hand side to the left hand side. So total sum of the ages comes out to be n plus 5 multiplied by number of men's minus 20. So there are two equations which have that same term total sum of the ages. We can equate these two equations to get the equation number of men multiplied by n is equal to n plus 5 multiplied by number of men's minus 20 by just multiplying and arranging this equation as number of men multiplied by n is also on the left hand side, is also on the right hand side, so we can cancel these two terms and we can just get 5 multiplied by number of men minus 20 and 5 is divided on the other side, so we get total number of men are 4. Question number C, which is 6, which is the last question. So a train covers the first 16 km at a speed of 20 km per hour, the next 20 km at a speed of 40 km per hour and the last 10 km at a speed of 15 km per hour. Find the average speed of the for the entire journey. So average speed's formula should be the total distance covered by the car by the train divided by the total time. So we need to find the total distance. So total distance is 16 in his first journey, in his second in his first 16 km, then 20 km, then 10 km. We just added these three numbers and got 46 km. So time taken can be found by distance covered divided by speed by just replacing that formula, rearranging that above formula. So time taken for the covering 16 km at 20 km per hour, we just put these numbers 16 which is the distance covered and speed is 20. So we get the time taken 16 by 20. Similarly for the next 20 km hour we get the time 20 by 40 and for the next 10 kilometer we have time 10 by 15. So total time is we can get by just adding these three. We get 59 by 30 hour. So 59 by 30 hour is the total time taken by the train. We have also the total distance, we have also the total time. We just divided these two numbers. 46 kilometer divided by 59 divided by 30. We multiplied the 30 with the numerator and got the answer 23 by 38 kilometer per hour, which is the average speed for the entire journey. I hope you understood all the questions. Thank you for listening me patiently. I pray good for you. Okay, Allah Hafiz.